Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Between the Seams with Marty and Mack, brought to you by the Triple Play Fantasy Network. As always, Mack and I will be bringing you the best hitters and pitchers to stream for the upcoming week, which is week 23, September 13th to September 19th. This is either your playoff week or it could be your championship week. So welcome to it. We only have one more episode after this, Mack. How does that make you feel?
Melancholy. It's bittersweet, but also I won't have to wake up early on Saturdays anymore. Well, I still have to wake up early, but I don't have to wake up as early.
You don't have to wake up as early, or you can continue to wake up early and maybe start working on articles and all that other stuff. That's the way I was looking at it. I was like, well,
I could.
There's about an hour prep time for the show, about an hour for the show. That's 2 hours of maybe, sitting down and writing some shit down. Who knows?
Fantasy and football season started on Thursday, but it's in full swing today.
It is. So, it's going to be
a whole new sport to look forward to.
This is the first time in over a decade where I'm in 0 fantasy football leagues.
Wow! Congrats on getting out.
It feels great. I don't know how long to stay out, and I almost was back in a few different times, but it's good to be out. I'm excited to watch the Detroit Lions lose as always. But yeah, let's hop into the show. Let's review week 22. We're doing it on a Sunday morning, so we got most of the stats here. So it'll just be a little bit of laptop's about to die. Not anymore. So it'll just be, pretty much a full week here. Mac, let's start with pitching. Sure. I want you to go first. How did we do so far this week? Or I think all your pitchers went. How did we do?
Yeah, they're just not good. We still got a Bailey Ober start to go against KC today. I'm Hail Marrying it with him in one of my playoff matchups. I'm maxed out on 8 pitcher. I'm at 8 of 9 pitchers, but I have 5 going today just to try to salvage some pitching cats. Probably done, but Ober's one of my Hail Marys. We'll see. He looked okay against Cleveland. He went 4 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs, 6 hits, no walks though, and 4 strikeouts. He just he's a young guy, and so they're not stretching him out super far. So as soon as he got in any trouble at all, I think they pulled him. So
yeah,
I don't remember what his pitch count was, but it wasn't high.
I just tried to look it up and I couldn't find it, but that would be my guess as well.
Yeah, just a young guy. We'll see. KC, he might have a better chance. Both those lineups are pretty bad though, so we'll see. I'm hoping he'll get. That was his only start, I think, that he went under 5. So I'm hoping he'll get 5 innings in this next one. I'm pulling for a win. But my other 2 pitchers had almost mirror outings, and they're gross. They're really gross. And I felt good about it. I felt real good, and I feel betrayed and let down by Josiah Gray. I like Josiah Gray. I like his stuff. I like his I like his moxie, but I just don't think he has it this year, probably. He just, like you were saying off air, he keeps giving up home runs, and he can't get away from the gopher ball. So
every single game he has given up at least 1 home run.
At least 1 homer. See, he gave up, and it's Pittsburgh, 5 innings pitched. 5 earned runs, it's 6 walks, which is not what you like to see. That whip is sad with the walks alone, and then 4 strikeouts. So I think Brian Reynolds, and anything outside of 15 or 20 teamer or dynasty, of course. You don't want to drop him in dynasty, but
no.
Redraft. I don't. If you can't
10,
handle
12 team leagues, just get rid of him.
If you can't handle Pittsburgh, then you can't handle anyone. And I think Reynolds, it was Brian Reynolds. He did get hurt by the one guy in that lineup who does damage, real damage, but still 6 walks. You got to make Pittsburgh swing the bat. That's when they hurt themselves. But and then finally, speaking of hurting themselves by swinging the bat, usually Arizona Diamondbacks, generally a pretty bad offense, and Chris Flexon, generally a pretty good pitcher. We talked last week about it. He has 13 quality starts, a 3.50 ERA. But this week it was not so. 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, just like Josiah Gray. I don't know what that's all about. Flexon just had an off night because he previously faced the Diamondbacks and did pretty well against them.
what I saw the most is like he was just struggling with his control throughout the whole game, just from the get go. So it might just been one of those,
one of those weird,
one of those outings,
Were they in Arizona? Do you know?
They were home the last time out. They were in Arizona.
Weird. I don't know what that could be then. So yeah, that's it. I was hoping for a comeback week this week with my pitching, and it's just not there. And the thing is, it's like middle season is like stream time. That's the sweet spot. Early season, it's like I don't know, and middle season, it's like all right, this is it. Like all these random guys are getting called up, but now it's like at most the rotations are set, and it's just you can take a flyer on a young guy who's struggling or an old guy who generally sucks, and
there's that that added element of pressure, knowing that this is a this is the playoffs. Yeah. So I start to second guess myself a little bit more. Like I'll add a guy, I'm looking at it like, should I? And I back out of it. Wait an hour. So yeah. Well, let me take a look at my week 22 pitchers here. There were 2 that were really good, and then 1 that was pretty brutal. So let's start with the brutal here, because that's how we do it here. Jackson Kowar, KC. So really good matchup at Baltimore. He's a rookie. He's only 2% rostered, and there's a reason for that. So he allowed 6 runs in 6 innings. He left with a 9 ERA, 1.50 WHIP. The small saving grace was that he did give you 7 Ks, and I actually went back and watched some of the game, like what I would consider the lowlights, but he actually gave up 4 runs in the first inning. So for him to bounce back and go 6 innings still it was pretty good actually. And of the last 14 batters he faced, he retired 12 of them. So overall, Kowar's arrows pointing up, but for this week, he hurt you there. Number 2 is Jesus Lizardo. So I'm loving everything that I'm seeing right now. He in 5 2/3 he only gave up 2 earned runs. He struck out 8 batters, leaving with a 3.18 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. He did walk 4, but hey, I would say, I'm just so happy for Lizardo getting out of Oakland and going to the Marlins. And this is a question that came up on Twitter. Who do you think has the best pitching development staff?
See, yeah, I saw that. Who was that who tweeted and said the Marlins?
Scott White. He gave it to the Marlins, and I think Brewers personally.
I think I disagree. Like, I saw someone in the comments saying the Marlins are exceptionally good at finding guys who fit their development mold, like their sinker, hard sinker, slider mold. All those guys, Sixto Sanchez, Lizardo, whatever, they have those. They fit that specific mold of pitcher, and it's impressive that they're able to do that and develop those guys. But like, I'm with you. I think the Brewers have to right now their ability to take guys like I don't know what they're doing, but Lauer and.
Well, I think that's really interesting what you're saying about the Marlins. So it's not that they're overall an amazing development staff. They are specifically looking for a certain type of skills, and then they know how to enhance those skills.
They know what they do well. And but I'm impressed by the Brewers because the Brewers have been able to take multiple different kinds of pitchers and enhance their. It feels like the Marlins are finding a mold that they know they do well, and then it feels like the Brewers are enhancing, bringing out every strength of the pitchers that they've got. So, guys are having career years. Lauer and what's his name? Hauser. And Burns is insane.
And Burns is, in that ballpark, right? Which is a very hitter-friendly ballpark, top 5 every single year. And they're coming fresh off a combined no-hitter of Corbin Burns and then Josh Hader. So
I can't homegrown guys. But 115 pitches.
That's a lot.
But
that's a lot, and they have playoff aspirations. It was a great move.
It's true.
115 is a lot.
It's a lot. Burns is my boy. This is official on air. Corbin Burns is my favorite pitcher. And he has been. He has been since 2020. But he's. I love watching DeGrom, but Burns is my favorite to watch. I will turn on a Brewers game any day that Burns is pitching just to watch him pitch.
Yeah, and everything that they're doing with that staff is pretty incredible. But the Marlins aren't too far behind. Okay, number 3 was Steven Matz at the New York Yankees. And then also at Baltimore. So he plays Baltimore today, so I still don't know what that's going to look like. I'm hoping pretty good. But Matz he surprised me against the Yankees. Went 6 innings. He got the win. He had 6 Ks, a 1.50 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and he got you the quality start. So Lizardo and Matz did me some good. Coar, well, I think next year is going to be your year, buddy.
At least we didn't say Tanner Scott. We didn't recommend him because 0.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 earned runs.
And I don't even know what team is he on? I'm drawing a blank.
Orioles.
Yeah.
Mike Petriello. He said he tweeted out the game log of the Orioles Blue Jays game last night, and he said there's only one out. Good God. And it's literally just like single, home run, single, home run, single, sac fly, home run against Tanner Scott. And all of them are like
11-1 at one point or something.
It was a brutal first inning. So,
all right, Mac. Well, let's hop over to hitters. So week 22 hitters, how are we doing that in that realm?
We're doing it okay. We're hoping for a better day today from a few of our guys. Our collective boy, Nate Lowe, was pretty good. He's the star of the week for me. He was 5 for 18. He had 3 walks. So 5 for 21 plate appearance wise. He had 5 runs, 3 RBIs, and a steal. He got you a triple this week.
Love the stolen base.
Yeah, love the stolen base. He had a triple, a double, spraying the ball over the field.
He finished with the slash line with 294, 429, 529. So you got to love that 429 OBP. Beautiful.
Yeah. We love to see it.
Love to.
But then my next 2 guys, Josh Harrison was okay. 4 for 21. He scored a run. He had 3 ribbies. And that's about all there is to it. I'm hoping for a good day today. He started off strong, and he's just had a couple bad games in a row here. And then Candelario, J.Y. Candelario. Candyman is he's like my kryptonite. Yeah, I don't understand this because he is such a steady, consistent player. Like, you can count on him to be 280 average, like 15 to 20 home runs. Like, that's what he's been. But every time I'm like, pick him up for this week, he goes hitless. So I don't know. Yeah. Anytime I say pick up Candelario, I guess just don't, because he's 2 for 19. With a run and 3 RBIs, similar to Josh Harrison. So,
and I think it's just as you know, I watch a lot of Tigers game, and I think it's just the funk of being on a team that's completely out of it, and just not too many people on base. His OBP is still 350 for the year, so he's doing a lot of good there for the corner spots, whether it's first or third, you slot him in. But I think you pretty much nailed it. He's a very consistent hitter who had an inconsistent week.
Yep.
All right,
guys.
There you go. Yeah. So number 1, congratulations to us with Nate Lowe. That's a win. Nice. Anytime your first baseman gets you a stolen base, let's have some fun. That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
I'll look at my other 2 pitchers then. Kyle Farmer. So this one wasn't as good. And he was 2 for 12. He got you an RBI, and then now he's on the paternity list. And so he's busy. He won't be playing the rest of the week. So hopefully you just didn't pick him up at all, or if you did, you can switch him out now. Use one of your 5 moves. Switch him out. Go get yourself a second baseman or third baseman for the week. Number 2 was Austin Hayes. So he was my guy of the week.
What a beast.
I said specifically he will get you at least 1 home run. He even did better than I thought he would. He 7 for 26. He slashed 280, 308, 760 on the slugging. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 5 runs. And what I thought was interesting, he did not walk once. So he earned every bit of those stats. 3 bombs, gotta love it. So hopefully you did pick him up. I picked him up in one of my 15-team or 12-team leagues, and I'm liking everything I'm seeing. I don't know about how sustainable it is for him, but he will be in that lineup the rest of the year. And then number 3 was our boy Nate Lowe, who good on us, not too bad.
Good on us.
All right, hop into week 23, Mac. This is we do this, and then we have next week, and then we ride off into the sunset and enjoy, hopefully, real playoff baseball. But for week 23, Mac, who are your pitchers?
All right, let's start with a guy that had been off my radar for quite a while, Carlos Hernandez. I don't know if you've heard anything about what Hernandez has been doing for KC, but I wasn't aware. He's 39% rostered. He's projected to go against Oakland this week. And Oakland, as anyone knows, is not a great hitting ball club outside of a couple guys. And they've been super streaky. I like this stream for a couple reasons. One being that Hernandez has just been good. In his last 7 starts, he's 5-0 with a 1.68 ERA. He does have a 3.51 FIP, so he's obviously outperforming his peripherals a little bit. But of course, anytime a guy has 1.68 ERA, they're probably outperforming their peripherals unless they're Bob Gibson. So, but it's about as good as you can ask for. And Oakland's been in a little bit of a skid of late anyways, giving up ground to the Mariners in the wild card race. So, yeah, I like a guy. I think he's a good pickup, only 39% rostered, and I feel like he's flying under the radar.
No, he has, and I think it's just Kansas City has those 3 or 4 young arms, that are kind of just interchangeable at this point. It seems like they're kind of popping up out of nowhere. But yeah, he's only 24. His fastball velocity is in the 95th percentile. His fastball spins in the 79th percentile. He's got a pretty good whiff rate. He's out there doing his thing. Now, the problem is when he does give up hits, they hit the ball extremely hard. So he's in the 25th percentile of average exit velocity, and hard hit rate is around 41%. But
which explains that FIP.
Yep, exactly.
He's got that FIP on the year. It's only 3.80, and his ERA is 3.29. So it's not too crazy.
No.
So I like it against an Oakland team that tends to get shut out every now and then. So
yeah, and they've only won 4 of their last, I think, 12, 13 games. So take that.
And then my next 2 streams are definitely I don't know. I guess I'm taking Hail Marys at this point, trying to right the ship on my pitching. So neither of these streams, I think,
anytime that you're streaming a pitcher this late in the season, I think the word desperate flashes across my mind. Not in a bad way, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. So I got 2 Hernandez, actually, Carlos Hernandez, and then second is Eliezer Hernandez. And I watched him pitch last night against the Braves. I was at that game, and he is. If he could just put it together for, it's like he puts 2 halves of ball games together. He always gets hurt late in the game, giving up walks or what have you. The last few games, that's been the case, and that was the case last night. He gave up 3 earned runs in the 4th or in the 5th inning, and they took him out. He only went 4 2/3. But the Braves' offense is not the Pirates' offense, and the Pirates are who he's slated to go against. And although the Pirates burned me this week, I will continue to stream against them because odds are they can't do it twice in a row. I like Hernandez as a bounce-back candidate. He's actually faced the Pirates earlier on this season. He went 5. He only gave up 3 hits and 1 run. He tends to be the type of guy you want to stream against bad teams and you want to stay away from against good teams. He gave up runs to Atlanta. He gave up runs to Philadelphia. He gave up runs to Cincy. But he did pretty well against Washington, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and the Mets so far this season. So
yeah, and Pittsburgh's now tied with Texas, as ranked 30th in Team WOBA.
Yep, not good.
Nope.
So I like that stream. I think Hernandez is a good bounce back candidate for this year. He's only 49% rostered. He's had a few rough starts in a row, but it's been against, like I said, Philadelphia, Atlanta, sort of right in a row. So I think he's looking to right the ship. And finally, this last stream is certainly not for the faint of heart. And I think
I laughed when I read that. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, it is James Capralian. We've talked about him on the show before. He's only 44% rostered. He's a rookie. He's been pretty darn good on the season, but he's fallen off a little bit of late, and people have started to drop him. I like this stream against the Angels for a couple reasons. 2 reasons. One, the Angels have a 280 WOBA against righties since July. I don't think that people have realized how bad the Angels' offense has been outside of Walsh and Ohtani. And even Ohtani was in a skid for
he has
a hot
been.
minute there.
And you know that he has the third most strikeouts as a batter in the league. Just thought that was interesting.
It's not surprising. I watch a lot of their games, and he does. I mean, he's a big 3 true outcome kind of guy.
Yep.
But yeah, specifically, they hit lefties pretty well, but they have one of the largest splits differentials there is. Again, they haven't been hitting righties very well recently at all. So 280 WOBA against righties, and the last time Cap went against it, he's actually faced the Angels twice this season. So this will be his third time. In his first outing, he went 5 2/3 and gave up 2 runs, got a no decision there. In his second time, he went 6 shutout innings. So he's only given up 2 runs in essentially 12 innings against the Angels so far this season. So I like the matchup there. I like the way the matchups are trending with the Angels doing badly against righties so far, and that James has already seen them and had success. So
I wanted to ask you for James specifically, are we worried about any type of innings cap with him for the rest of the year?
No pun intended. I don't know. I don't think so. I can't imagine. You can never really predict what Oakland's going to do, but they're in the heat of a wild card race, so I can't imagine they're going to take like a young stud and be like, no, you can only go 4 innings.
That's true. I only asked that because he went 4 innings last. He only went 4 last game against the White Sox, and he left, and he only gave up 1 earned run. So I was just kind of, and he's now eclipsed the 100 inning mark, which I don't know what that means for him. I don't have his minor league numbers or anything in front of me, but just kind of wondering what they're gonna do with the athletics. Like you said, you can never trust them. We don't know what they're gonna do. So
keep an eye. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about an innings limit, but it could be there. So.
All right. Well, let's take a look at my 3 pitchers. I'm feeling good about each one of these, actually. So we'll start with Luis Eel, New York Yankees, 20% rostered. He has 2 starts next week, one at Baltimore and then the second one against Cleveland. So over the last 2 weeks, he's just been absolutely incredible. So he's gone 19 over his last 19 innings pitched. He has 24 strikeouts with a 1.42 ERA. A 1.26 whip, and a quality start. Baltimore ranks 27th in team WOBA and Cleveland 21st. So 2 poor teams. You're going to get the double dip of the 2 starts in a week. So I really like that outing for him. And the Yankees they need to win some ball games. This is the time. So hopefully he'll be able to get you 2 wins going into your championship week. Number 2 is Rich Hill, aka Mr. Dick Mountain. You may have heard of him. He's on the Mets now, 38% rostered, and he has 2 starts next week versus St. Louis and Philly. Hopefully 2 starts. It's the Mets, and it's a 40-something-year-old pitcher, so you can never really count on the 2 starts. But what he's done over his last 20 innings, he's back, man. The pitcher that we didn't think he was, and then he was, and then we didn't think he was, and now he is.
Now he is.
There we go. 20 innings pitched. He has a 1.59 ERA, 0.88 whip, and 2 quality starts. So he's doing everything he can. His matchups, I mean, St. Louis is 12th in team WOBA, Philly 13th. The Cardinals have been pretty brutal as of late. Outside of Nolan Arenado, he's been pretty incredible, actually. In Philly's, they've been mediocre as well. Both teams, especially Philly, they need the win. But no one needs the wins more than the Mets as of right now, because that franchise is just it's a joke. But number three, Antonio Senzatella, Colorado, 22% rostered, and he's at your Braves. So about a month ago, I never would have suggested him. I didn't believe in anything that he was doing, but over the last 30 days, he has a 2.54 ERA, a 1.00 WHIP. He has 6 straight quality starts. So he's pretty much doing everything that you possibly can do from that standpoint, in and out of Coors. So I like that. He's going to be in Atlanta. And, you tell me, how do you feel the Braves hitting is going to be over the next week? Are they going to be on there? They're going to be on? They're going to be off?
That's the thing is they've been off for a while. And you never know when they're going to get on. They're a really big feast or famine team. There's only like 2 players on the team with an OBP over 370, and then it's Austin Riley and Freddie Freeman. Of course, Acuna was up there, but we don't we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's still fresh. But yeah, they're big home run guys. But if it like Dansby Swanson's been like god awful for like a month now, and a couple other guys have gone cold, but so it's really hard to say. It's super roundabout, but if they get on, then they're really scary. So if that Senzatala stream is later in the week, right?
Senzatala, that's how you say it. Senzatala.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
I think it is. I think I said Zenzatella.
Zenzatella.
Tella.
I don't know how to say it.
But now that I'm actually doing that deep diving with the look, what I love about him, he doesn't walk people, right? So he's in the 94th percentile of base on ball percentage. He doesn't strike out people though, 9% whiff rate. So you're just going to hope that he's going to be able to limit contact, because max exit velocity in the 34th percentile, average exit velocity in the 13th percentile, hard hit rate in the 15th percentile. So in other words, they really hit the So we'll see.
The Reds are a scary team to stream against, but they're similar to the Angels, sort of like, I mean, if you hit them at the right time, they just roll over and die. But sometimes they'll just put up 30 runs.
And speaking of putting up 30 runs, Mac, give me your week 23 hitters.
Let's put up 30 runs. Let's talk about three guys, one of which I already have the feeling I'm going to regret, and I don't want to regret it, so I hope he doesn't make me regret it. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably will regret it. But oh well. Let's you've got him highlighted. So let's talk about the guy I won't regret first, and that is Bryan De La Cruz. So I saw Bryan De La Cruz last night, and he beat up on my Braves. He went 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a solo shot and a walk.
That's right, listeners. You're getting a Mac prospect scouting report. He was there.
I was there, and De La Cruz
out there. He was out there, man.
I was here. I'm about to sneeze. That's what I'm about to do. I'm trying to hold it in.
You can sneeze on air. It's okay.
Can I? Will you bless me?
Absolutely. I'm not a barbarian.
I held it in. Okay, so he has not been. How long has he been playing for the? Yeah, so he got called up on July 30th. So since July 30th, these are his numbers. He's batting .349 with a .397 OBP and a .496 slugging. That's just on the season. He's got 4 homers. He's got a steal, but he is easily the hottest hitter on the Marlins. And I watched him hit last night. He got into an 0-2 count, I believe. It was like 0-2, 1-2. He fouled a bunch off, took a slider in the dirt, and then poked the ball the other way for a single. And it's just like really impressive at bats. It's not like a guy on a heater where he's just like seeing fastballs and mashing them for homers or whatever. Yeah, there's definitely some like, and the .397 OBP speaks to that too. Like he's seeing the ball really well right now. I like it because the Marlins have quite a few games, 3 against the Nats, 3 against the Rays. And then second, and I did this last night, and I regretted. I know I'm going to regret this because I didn't check how many games the Red Sox have. But it's Bobby Dalbeck, and every time Bobby Dalbeck, I talk about Bobby, he just goes ice cold, just frigid. So just be prepared. I don't know. He's probably my least confident pick this week, but. So the Red Sox only have 5 games, which is one of the reasons why I'm less confident, but also maybe less games for him to do damage. Who knows? Because he's still scoring over the last basically month. He's got 3 homers and 10 RBIs, batting .303 with a .361 OBP.
Yeah, you got to like that he's going against the Mariners, but most importantly, the Orioles at home.
Yeah. So I mean, they're good matchups. He just still has a 30% K rate. So
I was going to say, when I was looking up, as I said, Ohtani's number 4 now. Garcia had popped in front of him, but Dalbeck's in the top 15 or top 20 as well.
Yeah. So, whatever. But there it is. And maybe Dalbeck will do. I mean, he's been on. If you pay any attention, he's been hitting the ball really well recently. So just gotta ride that Dalbeck
dynasty
wave.
League, and I didn't expect really anything from him this year. But I've actually really. Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah. Like a little Miguel Sano light.
There you go.
Yeah. And then finally, to round this out, this is probably I forgot to mention that Brian De La Cruz is only 3% owned.
For the deep.
He's a deep guy.
Yep.
But Brandon Belt is my third guy.
The captain.
The captain. What? How can you not like this Giants team?
I know. It's incredible what they're doing.
But since my writing this yesterday, he was 31% rostered. Today he's 37% rostered.
I know.
So people are taking notice. He's hit home runs in back-to-back games. I don't know if you saw the home run he hit last night or the night before, but it was like a 79-mile-per-hour curveball in the dirt that he like golfed to center field.
I didn't see it. Wow.
I don't even. Someone tweeted and was like, "This is the type of home run that makes me break my controller in MLB The Show."
That's what you
yeah. So I mean, he's been pretty incredible over the last. I mean, he's been really good on the season. I think his season in just like your regular roto leagues. I mean, he's been pretty fantastic.
Yeah, he's batting 258, 23 home runs, got you 3 stolen bases, 48 RBIs. He's giving you first base and outfield eligibility.
Yeah, first base and outfield. And over the last month, he's hit 8 home runs. So
there you go.
Not too shabby. And his walk rate is 13% in that time. So he's even going to buoy you a little bit with OBP in an OBP league. So
yeah, batting second or third in that lineup that just does not quit. And it's almost to the point where it's kind of magical what they're doing, especially when you're seeing what the Dodgers, they keep winning and their payroll and their team. And you look at the standings and the Giants are in first.
It's
insane.
So, yeah, I'm a Brandon. I already liked Brandon Belt, but since this captain stuff went, I mean, I'm a Brandon Belt super fan. I can't believe he played with electrical tape on his jersey.
I was reading the article this morning, and I was just because I saw that you put him on the show, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, I came across something about him, and I took a look at it. Pretty cool stuff, and I think even that little story is going to add to his rostership as well. So I think that's another reason why it's gone up 7% over the last 24 hours.
And he's got 7 games this week. 4 against the Padres and 3 against the Braves. So, yeah.
So what were your 3 again?
Pickup. So Brian De La Cruz, he's 3% rostered. Bobby Dalbeck is 37% rostered, and Brandon Belt, who is also 37% rostered.
There we go. All right, we'll take a look at my 3, starting with Jake Myers, outfielder for Houston Astros. He's 11% rostered, and he has 4 games at Texas and 3 games at home versus the Diamondbacks. So really good pitching matchups for him. He's just been electric.
Yeah, he's been a beast.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's pretty much gone in all of the 15-team leagues and everything like that. But in your standard Yahoo league, people are sleeping on him. Like I said, just 10% rostered right now. On the year, he's batting 296. He has 4 home runs, 21 RBIs, and he has a stolen base. I expect him actually to even add to the stolen base category. As of right now, I think he's in the 96th percentile in sprint speed, and he's in the 78th percentile for max exit velocity. So talking about having some tools there. He's hitting the ball hard. He's able to hit the ground running literally. So I really like what I'm seeing out of Myers, and coming from probably the best offense in baseball, that doesn't hurt. So I think rest of season outlook for him looks good as well. And Michael Brantley, I don't know what's up with his knee, but he came out of the game yesterday, so some discomfort. So expect Myers to even be playing a little bit more. Number 2, Joe Adell, outfielder, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in California, the state.
He's been raking.
He's been amazing, man. 19% rostered. Over the last 7 days, he's 9 for 20. He's 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 4 runs, and a stolen base. So you add in, he's walking. He's got a 500 OBP, over the last week. So he's seeing the ball well. He's mashing. Everything's kind of clicking for him. As we already talked about, the Angels really aren't going anywhere, so they're going to let their young guys just play. He's up for the rest of the year. The matchups aren't great. So he has 3 games at Chicago, at the White Sox. So he's going to get Lucas Giolito's going to be coming back, and a couple of their other arms. And then he has 3 versus Oakland, which is a good staff, but middling at best. So I really, it's an upside play where I think Myers, even though he's just 11% rostered, I think he's a little bit more firm. You know, I think you're gonna, by the end of the week, he'll be fine. Joe Adell is just like nothing but upside. I think he could like really be a game changer for your team, you know, over the next 2-3 weeks. And number 3 is, and we're gonna cheers to him, Mr. Seth Beer, Arizona outfielder, only 2% rostered. I just recently started following him as of last night, looking into his college career, and you know, player of the year, freshman of the year. You know, he's just been a monster. You know, kind of throughout his whole journey. And he had his first at bat, as we were just talking about off air. His first at bat was a pinch hit home run. So anytime you come off the bench, you know, it was his 3rd pitch he's ever seen in Major League Baseball, and he hit it over the fence on Friday evening. It was pretty incredible. He started yesterday. He went 1 for 3. He got a walk. So 2% rostered. This is the deepest of the deep. But, you know, 2018 first-round pick by the Astros. The Diamondbacks acquired him in the Zach Greinke trade, and the raw power's there. You know, he's a 60 out of 60 raw power on Fangraphs. He's going to be playing. I would expect him to be in that 5th or 6th, 7th, you know, batting in that lineup for the rest of the season. So,
sir.
My 3 are Jake Myers, Joe Adell, and Seth Beer. Cheers into him, and cheers into you, Mac.
Absolutely. Cheers to you.
Week 23. We're on our Jordan week. We only have one more show after this. Man, it's been a great season.
Yeah, it's been a good season.
Been fun, man. So let's get going here. We can enjoy our Sunday. Mac, tell the listeners where they can find you, everything that you're doing, and what you love in life.
You can find me at J. Christian Mack. I was going to do it.
Okay,
I'll do it. I'll do it. What do I love? I got to think now. Anyway, you can find me at J. Christian Mack on Twitter, tweeting stuff about baseball mostly, throwing a little football in here and there now.
Yeah, football, nothing.
But, yeah.
Go Lions.
Yeah, I do stuff at Pitcher List. I do stuff for Triple Play Fantasy. I'm a little bit more of an off-season writer, so look for me in the off-season. Yeah, what do I love? I love coffee. I'm going to get some soon.
There it is.
So,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right. And you can, as always, I will be here. Marty, you can find me on Twitter at Marty_Tallman, writing for Triple Play Fantasy, doing different types of stuff for Motor City Bengals, the Detroit Tigers, fan-sided affiliated site. And yeah, excited to have one more show for next week to take you to, that has to be a championship. You cannot have your championship in literally the last week of baseball. It's horrible. So don't do that. Follow us next week, and we'll see you there. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.